And as far as I'm concerned, and many other entrepreneurs I've interacted, they're not after wealth. They have a certain larger purpose in life. They want to make an impact in the society. I think I just want to end there, and maybe I want to ask Mana to take over. I want to do something on my personal side. We are doing some corporate social responsibility, but this is a big initiative I want to take from my personal side, which maybe Manak can describe a little more in detail. Gives me a break also. Thank you.
So friends, that was the story of the ascent of Marico. And जैसे बोलते हैं ना, अभी पिक्चर अभी बाकी है, and बहुत पिक्चर बाकी है. I mentioned in the beginning when we started that one of the outstanding features of this journey has been philanthropy, both inside the organization, as you all have already witnessed. Many of you all would already know about the Marico Innovation Foundation, which is a CSR activity that stems from Harshbhai's personal passion for innovation. And he has another very strong passion, and no surprises for guessing, and that is entrepreneurship, supporting entrepreneurship. He has been very actively engaged in mentoring entrepreneurs in various ways. And there was a pilot that was, attempted a year and a half back, where, given the premium of his time, there was a group of entrepreneurs that he mentored. And he improvised on the model by, extending his mentoring initiative to forming them as a self-sustaining group, which continues to move ahead together even today. What I'm going to share with you, friends, is a new term in philanthropy which has come about. Is it on? I'm sure we all have heard about corporate social responsibility, that's CSR. Now we introduce PSR, which is personal social responsibility. And this is inspiring to the core. Harshbhai has undertaken a fairly large and ambitious philanthropic drive to help entrepreneurs who have already embarked on the journey scale up. And how can we accelerate that scale as his personal social responsibility and contribution to entrepreneurship. I'm going to take about 5 minutes to share this initiative with you. I'm making it my personal social responsibility as well in our little, and we are requesting everyone to participate. The fundamental premise of Ascent is that who understands an entrepreneur best? And no prizes for guessing, another entrepreneur understands an entrepreneur best. Not just on the technicalities or the fundamentals of business, but the softer aspects, the frustrations, the sense of opportunity, the passion. Only another entrepreneur can understand, and this is across industries, across domains, right? Across sales, scale and size as well. So Ascent is based on this one fundamental principle. Quickly, while you all can read, the way we are going about achieving this is by forming groups, what we call trust groups of entrepreneurs. These are entrepreneurs who have already embarked on their journey. They are extremely ambitious about growth. They started and they are running businesses that have either a proven business model or have strong potential for growth. They are very keen to learn, share, connect. So these trust groups are going to be self-help groups. The entity is going to be a not-for-profit. We are looking at a fairly large and ambitious scale-up model ourselves. So year one, we are looking at a pilot of 10 groups. Earlier, as you would read there, it was scheduled to be only in Mumbai because we are going through a pilot, wanted to get our learnings in place. But then as we reached out the application started coming in and we got a very encouraging response from Pune. We had about 12, 13 applications that came in from Pune, very interesting ones. It was then that I shared this with Vishwas, and Vishwas, as you all know, as intuitive as can be, said, why don't we extend this to Pune? We shared this with Harshbhai, and he said, why not? So that's why we are here sharing this with you as well, that we want to open this to Pune. We are looking at 10 groups, that remains. We already have visibility on 6 to 7 groups, and now we are looking at 2, 3 from Pune, which could continue being in Pune. Year 2 and 3, we are looking at 100 such groups. That's 1,000 entrepreneurs. And every enterprise, every entrepreneur has a dream. And the dream is what they say, bhag, big, hairy, audacious goals. So we have a bhag for us as well, 10,000 entrepreneurs, 1,000 groups, right? But that will evolve as we move along. How will the Ascent membership work? What are trust groups? So primarily, friends, we are looking at entrepreneurs who are starting both manufacturing and services businesses, but on manufacturing or product side with a minimum turnover of 2.5 crores upwards. And services, the thumb rule we are applying is 1/5 of that, so 50 lakhs upwards. Very happy to share that the current applications that have been coming in, we've got all the way from 2 crore onwards to 200, 300 crores. We are grouping them in 3 categories, right, as you read there. So it's on the product side is 2.5 crores to 25 crores, 25 crores to 50, and then 50 crore plus, and 1/5 of that on the services side. As I've already shared, so I won't repeat that, proven business models, etc. The trust groups, when they are formed, are going to be non-competitive, so they will be from diverse industries, so that there is a lot of confidentiality and trust. They will yet be homogeneous, so from similar scale and stage, so that there is a lot more understanding of challenges and issues. The last point, friends, is what I want to highlight is we are looking at a target tenure of about 4 to 5 years per group. And believe me, actually believe Harshbhai that this works. Harshbhai himself, and we'll request him to share some of his thoughts around this, has been part of a group for about 15-20 years so far. And he'll share with us, how some of the most successful entrepreneurs have been part of such groups. So that works. And we've actually made that one of our taglines, trust me, it works. This model summarizes Ascent. So the horizontal layers are the support attributes or criteria. The circles in between are the groups, right? So if you see the second layer which are the criteria for selection. Ascent is going to play 3 key roles. 1, selection. 2, formation of these groups. And 3, facilitation of these groups, right? So if you see the third layer, which is where you see the keyword initiators, once the trust groups are formed, we are going to facilitate each trust group. Now each group is going to be about 8 to 12 entrepreneurs, average 10. We are going to facilitate each group for about 3 to 4 months through facilitation experts from the industry. We are going to engage with these groups to form them into cohesive collaborative units. During these months, these initiators will select 2 individuals from each group who will be moderators/co-moderators. These individuals, who will be entrepreneurs themselves, will be further trained by a trainer who comes from a lot of forum experience into being able to facilitate these groups further. And then these groups will move along every month, meeting amongst themselves. We believe 75% of the value is going to come through peer, value that they give to each other. So peer help, self-help, they're going to be self-governing groups, and we as Ascent, along with the groups as well, will support them through knowledge, inspiration from the industry and an ecosystem of enablers. So periodically they will meet with investors, etc., which I'll share with you as we move along. But as we move along, a collective output of this, we believe, will give us a leverage of power of the collective. I've already said most of this, so I'll just skip through this quickly. But primarily stop at, so here are a few of the illustrative list of topics. Now if you see the way we have even worded them, these being got from the entrepreneurs. One quick highlight is the first one, which is say a business plan. We all have heard about the importance of business planning and to write a business plan. We can engage a few people who can help us write a business plan. But who helps us validate a business plan? That can be very well done when another entrepreneur, a fellow entrepreneur helps, you share it with that person. And the output or the input typically is very intuitive, right? Because they are going through a similar journey. So various topics could be dealt. The members themselves will come up with a few topics. As we form, once the groups are formed, somewhere around mid-August is when we plan to launch these first 10 groups, or how many ever are formed by then. And it will start by calling all the selected members into a central location, and then we'll have them go through all the dynamics of the model. As we move along the next 4 months, these groups will meet and will get facilitated by the initiators. So there is a fairly structured approach, whilst an inclusive approach by involving the members. This, for example, as the groups start meeting every month, is going to be a structure of each meeting, right? So this will be shared with the groups. There will be a model constitution, and the groups will form their own constitution as well. As the groups start meeting monthly, Ascent will start enabling and playing a catalytic role. So every quarter the groups could engage with a knowledge speaker, for example, or a role model. Every 6 months we could form common interest groups across groups, or we could get an iconic, inspiring speaker to come and engage with these groups. And every year we want to create a platform where we can celebrate, recognize, share the learnings or scale-up stories of the members from Ascent. We are going to create platforms and systems around Ascent, both from a resources point of view. So ARP, for example, will be an Ascent resource platform where members will be able to access various resources, and then we'll also track the progress of these groups. So friends, in a nutshell, this is what you see are the various equations of Ascent. And one keyword that I want to highlight is the commitment.